Hey creeps, it's Cameron again, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about books, movies, writing, and all things spooky. On this week's episode of Library Macabre, I'm going to be reviewing Locker Arms by Zachary Magaha. Locker Arms is an adult horror comedy that is published by Kensington Gore Publishing. The story is about several different small-town characters whose lives begin to intertwine as a result of the Locker Arms. The Locker Arms are these strange, mysterious phantom arms that reside inside the lockers of the local high school, and they reach out and grab people and drag them inside. Locker Arms is exactly as weird as it sounds, and I never knew what to expect from it while I was reading. Even now that I'm done reading it, and it's been a couple of days since I finished it, I'm still not totally sure what this book was about, if it was about anything at all. Now, if I had to assign a theme or a meaning to this book, I would say it's definitely about being from a small town and that you can be more than where you're from. Almost all of the characters in this novel are struggling with the fact that they live in a small town. They feel like they are a prisoner to this town, like they'll never escape, and then ultimately they accept their fates. Therefore, the characters aren't exactly likable. They are very messed up individuals, so they do and say and think things that are very messed up to the point where while I was reading I was thinking, what the heck am I reading here? What is going on? It makes me wonder if the Locker Arms, whatever this evil presence is starting to poison the minds of everybody who lives in the town and is starting to make them carry out their darkest desires. It just seemed to me like as the story went on, the characters just started to spiral and things just got worse and they started to do crazier things all the time. So that definitely leads to some shock factor. There were some scenes in this book that were making me squirm. Some characters have some very interesting kinks that made me a little uncomfortable, but that's exactly what this book was supposed to do. I know what it was going for. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable, so if you are at all uncomfortable about being uncomfortable, I wouldn't say read this book. But if you're fine with that, then definitely pick it up. I'm not easily bothered by stuff. There were some things in here that kind of made me go, ugh. But, you know, I'm a horror fan, so didn't bother me so much. Now, shock factor and weirdness aside, Locker Arms is a very funny book as well. The things that the characters say and do in this book, I definitely had to laugh every once in a while because they were just so random and crazy, and it's pretty obvious that Magaha intended for that to be a thing. After all, his writing is very self-aware. There's actually a paragraph here on page 118 that I really like. It's from a character who's just finding out about the Locker Arms. The character is thinking it would all make a killer horror novel, but maybe not a serious horror novel, maybe something that's a little more fun-spirited, which is exactly what this book is, so I kind of like that it refers to itself in that way. Now, in terms of complaints about this book, I cannot say that I liked the ending. I thought it was very abrupt. It just kind of ended, just when things were getting really crazy and out there. I really wish it would have gone on and kind of resolved things, but it didn't really do that. So I'm hoping that a sequel will come along and remedy all of that, but until now, this is all we have, and the ending was just kind of disappointing for me. But overall, Locker Arms is a very quick, entertaining read that fully embraces its weirdness. So if you are a reader that goes into this book without knowing anything, without doing your research beforehand, you're probably going to be put off by the weirdness and the writing style just a little bit. This is not going to appeal to the masses, and it's not supposed to. This is a book for the weirdos. So if that is you, I recommend Locker Arms. If this weird little book sounds like your cup of tea, it is out now. I will have links down below in the graveyard where you can purchase it. Before I go, I just want to give a quick thank you to everybody who supported me in my last video. I did a book unhaul. I was selling a few books, and a few people bought some things, so that was really awesome. It helped me raise a little bit of money. I have sent out everybody's books except for one. There is one that I had a little bit of trouble with because of the address, so I will be contacting you soon and I will get that out to you. But other than that person, everybody should be getting their books very, very soon. I know a couple already have. So again, thank you so much to everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Later, creeps.